Bost sei saspi. Bost sei saspi. Bost sei saspi. Sorci.
You are tuned to a live edition of Realities, the Kitchen Table Conversations. Now here's your host, Mark Fonseca Renero.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Matt doesn't tell me anything. All right, fade out. Fade out music.
Fade.
Oh, hello everyone. By the way, that was for the audience. That was Neighbor, and that's my dear Maite Larburu and Josh. Their group, you can find Neighbor, and their latest album, How. It's called H-A-U. Anyway, we'll have more of it later. I always like to have friends' music somewhere within my work, if possible. Hi, everybody on the internet. We're here off the internet. Where are we?
We're totally on the internet.
But we're at a table.
This is also true.
Because it's a kitchen table podcast. And let's go in order. I have friends over today. Sorry to the upstairs and downstairs neighbors who might be watching. There's Arielle Dundas.
Hi.
And there's a Joana Ponder.
Hello, sorry.
My timing was, it was in mid.
Impeccable.
No, my timing was, I'm obviously not a very good guest.
Are you? Yeah, no, you're doing fine.
I'm a very good host, but I'm not a good guest.
What are you a good host of?
Yeah.
My own podcast.
What's it called?
The Pondercast.
The Pondercast. Say it loud, say it proud.
I'm the host of the Pondercast.
Yeah.
The
pretty
little
good, right?
superhero.
That was my superhero thing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome. It's
Thank
good
you.
to have you over. Now, some of you have seen live shows before where you might have seen Arielle appearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was our topic that one time? It was improv.
It was about improv, yes. Because,
You know a thing or two.
a little bit. She's actually also an improviser, and I would argue a better one.
Oh, please.
We're both
Not
in...
thing to say.
thing to say.
Everybody getting this?
We should talk. I just said she was better than me, and she said, that's not a thing to say.
Exactly.
Well, so the reason that you know each other is because of the improv world. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Here in Amsterdam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we're both members of the Tag Out Theater, previously Improganga's house team. And Joana, is it official? The other?
Congratulations! I don't know what we're...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
There's
there
something-
might be news
it's
coming.
on the website, but
It's on-
it hasn't been announced yet in other places, so I don't know.
Okay, so more news to come on Joanna's amazing improv career.
Did you follow all that, Davide? Was that yeah?
Oh,
Did
Davide,
you-
let me know.
Yeah. Davide wants everyone to know that he was here. Which
Okay. Yeah, he can also let us know if it's
Yeah,
official.
Davide, let us know if it's official.
they're trying to find out about a fish. Shoal.
Yes, and whether it's shoal.
Yes.
Yes.
Hilarious.
So nice to have you here for a
Yeah.
live program. So Joana has the Pondercast,
Yes.
which has been around now for a couple months.
Couple months, yeah.
Yeah. Recorded in your own home
Yes. Very nice.
with friends.
Yes.
But primarily, how do you go about choosing the people with which you speak, with whom you speak? I got to work on my English.
Good question. The reason I started it was because I wanted to talk to women that I found were doing inspiring things, because I didn't know what I was doing with my life. And so I wanted to talk to people that I thought knew what they were doing with their lives.
Yeah.
And women in particular, because I'm a woman and I wanted to connect with women.
Yeah.
So that's how I started choosing my friends.
So there's the baseline criteria.
Yeah.
So I'm not allowed on the show.
Unfortunately not.
Well, that's fine. I don't really fit the other criteria anyway.
Well,
of
as inspiring,
knowing, what was it? Knowing what you're doing?
Yes.
I'm not allowed on the
But
show.
you are inspiring.
Yeah.
We talked off mic, and what you're doing, I think, is quite interesting. So I do want to talk to you some more.
If you could see my feet, I would be shuffling and like kick a pebble.
No.
That's what I always do at moments like that.
Yeah.
Even on the table, I just kind of. But
he did do it. You just couldn't see it.
yeah. But yeah, no, I understand that criteria completely. I also, many of the friends that come over and we talk about things, it's often related to the work that they do and the thing that they love. And in that sense, you guys are great to have over because regardless if you know, Joanna, exactly what you're doing, Arielle for that matter, you do have a sense, as many people do, of what you love to do, what you enjoy doing. It may not be your number one, right? I mean, I'm talking real out of school right now because we've only met. She showed up at my door half an hour ago. So I realize I'm going a little too far.
He wasn't expecting us.
I was expecting, oh, never mind.
Package?
Yeah. But you know, that's the thing, right? Like many times in life, you might not know exactly what you're doing. Or you might look around and see people who seem to know, right? Seem to have it all together. And you're like, hey, I don't have it all together. Why not?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, when it comes to knowing what you like, I think there you can answer some questions you can for yourself.
And I will say,
You like improv.
yeah.
I do like improv.
Score one.
I'm a big fan of her podcast. And one thing I think is also interesting is a lot of the women that she's sort of sees as having it all together, they'll always be like, I don't have it all together.
Yeah.
And they one thing I find interesting is they'll be like, every single person will be like, I don't have it all together, unlike all of the other guests in your podcast, even though it's a thing that everybody says.
Yeah, it's true. I found that really interesting as well.
Could that mean that the true sign of being on the right track is the expression and the feeling, I don't know what I'm doing?
Maybe, yeah.
Or maybe that's just the human condition.
Ooh. Think on that. We'll take your comments right here on the comment field. By the way, the comment field is also valid after the show is no longer live. Don't feel like you can't say something just because you're bending space and time. We're live right now, and wherever you are, you're watching it, and it's just as important, maybe. So feel free to comment. I feel like people don't comment once it hasn't been live. Like, who's going to notice?
True.
Yeah, we'll get a notification. But yeah, I mean, like, he was just saying, don't comment just because you feel like you're bending space and time. But I mean, how cool is it that you guys can bend space and time?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You should take the opportunity to do it.
Yeah. I think your brother has chimed in.
What is he?
He can bend space and time.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think his intervention here was, hi, sis.
Hello.
Yeah. But Arielle, you're busy.
I am also busy. Yeah.
What are you doing?
In addition to being a less good improviser than Joanna.
It's not a thing to say.
A less good? It's not even good English.
A worse.
It's even worse.
Yeah, okay. In addition to being an improviser, I'm also a stand-up comedian. And I just did my second full run at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
With a show called Arielle Dundas, Vulva, Cupcake.
Which I Googled, and the results were...
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's based on a thing that exists.
Vulva Cupcake.
Yeah.
Use your imagination
Yes.
or Google.
Yeah. Google has a lot of, interesting advice.
It's just people's cupcakes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I'm doing for the people at home in Amsterdam, where I live, a one-time only show of Arielle Dundas Vulva Cupcake at Boom Chicago on October 21st.
Oh my God.
We should put this in perspective for the maybe not fully knowledgeable about Amsterdam people. Like, I mean, for me, longtime resident of this town, Boom Chicago, big deal. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's our number one comedy club.
Yeah.
Am I going? I don't want to go too far.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
stop
when
me
I heard that you were doing Boom Chicago, I was like, oh my God, who is this friend that I have? Yeah.
See, I'm good at something. I'm a good improviser. Joanna is just an excellent improviser. And that's all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
She's learning how to take a compliment.
I am.
Yeah, I like it.
Thanks.
But yeah, so buy tickets for that show.
Yeah.
And come.
Yeah.
Although
When is it, Arielle?
it's October 21st.
What
That's
time?
a week from Saturday.
Week from Saturday. There's still time.
The doors open at 7 and the show starts at 7:30.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you do a thing where like you're not the only act? Is there a warm up? Who's warming up for Arielle? That's what I wanted. Who's middling?
I'm warming up for me. But I'm not doing my own tech, which is what I was doing at the Fringe. Although doing my own tech, it was literally like talking into a microphone that didn't really work.
And then asking yourself to turn it up?
Yeah, exactly. So
that's not going to happen this time.
Yeah, no, because I have
Professionals.
One of the Boom Chicago tags.
Nice.
Yeah, and but there is a show on after my show called Shot of Improv, if you want to come, which is a fun improv show where if you give a good suggestion, they give you a shot of Jägermeister.
Which I thought it was just a name.
No, it's literally you can get a shot of Jägermeister. I'm not drinking Jägermeister anymore after a certain incident in February. Some of my friends will know what I'm talking about.
Sounds like an album title, The Jaeger Incident.
The Jaeger Incident, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but somebody has to judge what's a...
Yeah, so that's done. I'm not in that show. I'll probably be sticking around to watch and celebrate. And that's with the Boom Chicago cast. And that's sort of their opportunity to sort of let loose on a Saturday night. And that happens every Saturday if you can't make the 21st or something. But
yeah.
It will be on after my show.
Will there be Halloween-related discussions?
Probably. I mean, not really in my show. So
basically, all month for me, Halloween has to come up as a topic or something scary. Like that's how I roll.
Scary things in my stand-up.
Good.
Yeah. I don't know if I said this. My chief themes are politics and sex.
No.
Yeah. And those are both terrifying. So
yeah,
that fits in with Halloween.
Any particular politics? Does it have to be?
So
the orange person, or
he comes up, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, there's other people. There's also the blonde guy from here.
This side, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
How would you do Geert hair? Which way does it go? Like this.
Back and to the left. It's like Kennedy.
Yeah. That's where that comparison ends.
Hey now. It's gonna knock on the door.
And so I talk about politics and my love life, and it's funny. I'm angry in a funny way.
I think I've seen you on an app. Sorry, when you said angry, I was like, I feel like I've seen that.
What does that mean?
Everybody's angry on the apps.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. But my primary goal is to make people laugh. But the things that I think are funny are my love life.
But so you're also doing the... Go ahead, John.
Sorry. No, are those the two things that you're angry about? Your love life and sex and politics?
Three things. Well, two things.
Yeah.
Two things.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not my love life doesn't often include enough sex. So maybe that's why I'm angry.
That's why you're angry. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if it was all going really well, you'd probably be really passive and boring. So...
Well, yay.
Seriously. Okay. All right. Story. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's a short one. It's a really short one. And he's out there, the person I'm going to tell a story about. And he doesn't mind because it was a beautiful moment. The year was 2000. Maybe it was 1999. Are you adding?
No, I'm just trying to figure out if I'm too far away from the microphone.
Yeah, I don't like to interrupt with... Yeah.
Okay.
You're great. I next time I'll bring back the big... I have a big scary arm. Not this one. That's also... I have a... Okay. I almost stepped in it. I have another mic stand.
There you go.
And it hovers over us, if you sit in the seat. And I normally use that. Some of my big fans of the live show know that scary... the scary arm that holds the microphone. Everything to me now has a...
Yeah, this is not good.
I was going to talk about what color it was, and then that was bad.
Is it black?
Yes! It's not important. It's an arm. It's not really an arm. It's a mic. Anyway, focus. So I decided not to use it because it blocks you. You know, it keeps... It's another barrier. Microphones are barriers.
This is true.
Yeah.
I actually do feel safer, to be honest, right now.
Oh, well, then it's not a barrier. It's more something. Well,
it was only when you said barrier. I was like, oh, there is a barrier. I feel safe.
Yeah. Okay. But my thing is like, I've said this many times, I look forward to when the microphone will be almost invisible, because then maybe we won't think so much about every word and who's listening. And I mean, not that I want you all to, say horrible things about people, but I want to... Isn't it weird? Like so many podcast radio shows, this is a conversation and my guest today is, and here's a bunch of microphones. And it's like, it's a conversation, but it's nothing of what a real conversation could be. And nothing. It's only a bit, right? Yeah. And part of the reason is the technology that we stick in front of ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I even notice it with my voice. Like anytime I have the microphone in front of me, my voice changes.
Sure.
Then when I don't.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
I like my mic voice better.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep using it.
That's why I don't give you headphones. I'm already busy on mic voice. Hello.
You want to have the best mic voice. That's really why you don't give us.
I thought you are working on it.
Yeah, I am working on it. But
So my other story relevant to your sex life.
Oh, God.
This is just your thing
the
now.
year is no, it's ours.
Okay. Okay.
No, I mean it's all related. Stay with me.
Okay. So
the
year
is
was 1999.
1999, and we were partying as if it was.
Okay.
No, I went to a university where a lot of people studied jazz. A lot of people out there, they'll see this at some point. Loved you guys so much. I didn't study jazz.
What university, may I ask?
William Patterson University of New Jersey.
Okay.
Also commonly known as Sparky's Daytime College. Was a nickname some people had for it.
Okay.
And it was a big commuter school. But the one thing by some miracle that they had that was very valuable to others was the jazz program, my musician friends. And I went there for communication. But I play horn. My horn is over there. You can't see it. It's off mic.
Yeah.
And I play horn, and I still wanted to keep practicing. And we had a band back in the day. People who knew one cool guy, of course. To the point. So I would practice at night in this art building. Oh, the art department. Hello. So we would just take a classroom and we would play because no one was there at night. And in any classroom, you would find someone practicing trumpet, mostly trumpet players, a couple of saxophone players, whatever you got. And I'm there. And everybody takes a break every now and then and like stands in the hallway and we just talk. How's it going? And you know each other. It's really, really nice, actually. Most musicians had the actual music building, but this was like an alternative to it. There were less people. You had a whole classroom to yourself, whatever. I remember I had a girlfriend at the time. Hi. Now, gone on with her life, obviously. Kids are beautiful. And so, geez.
I have a little bit of a slutty laugh. We'll get back to that later.
Okay.
Now I want to know what I have.
No. But finish your story.
So here it comes. So I introduced them to my girlfriend at the time, and I think off we went. I didn't stay for practice that day, and then a day or two later, one of my friends were on the break from practicing, and he looks over and he goes like, "So that was your girlfriend, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Good visit?" I was like, "Yeah," and he goes, "If I had a girlfriend, I would not be doing this." And he had the trumpet in his hand, and I think it was and it was one of those moments where I was like, yeah, in some way, you're suffering. It's the classic. I don't have to go this far actually to tell a story about suffering for your art, or whether or not you suffer is just your number one focus. So the torture that you're feeling could be a blessing.
I mean, I'm not a tortured person exactly, but I am angry. Sometimes, not today. I will be angry on the 21st in a funny way.
Yeah.
Unless that's not the kind of comedy you like, in which case I'll be whatever kind of comedian you want to be. Well, before you pay the money. Yeah. After, I'll just do what I like to do.
Yeah. Now, about your slutty laugh.
Yeah,
Your
You've
words.
Never heard me say this before? I say this quite often.
What's a slutty laugh? First of all,
okay, this is what I'm assuming she means with slutty laugh.
Let's
that
hear
she
it.
gives it away easily.
Yes, exactly. Life is so it's hard, and if something's funny, you
don't hold back.
I don't hold back. I say this like it's a philosophy. It's more just like what I happen to do. It's not like a conscious thing. But yeah.
Do you feel bad about your slutty laugh?
I do not. I think really it means that promoters should put me on their shows more often because I'm also a great audience member.
Because you really crack up. But will you obey the sign when it stops saying applaud?
True.
Are you one of those people that goes, woo, even when it's not time to say woo? You can get removed. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I do, although I'm I'm not sure if you've been to a stand-up comedy show in the Netherlands recently.
No.
Yes.
No. I mean, except when it's like a really big one at like Heineken and...
Okay. See, they might have signs there.
Yeah, it's really nice to have Arielle in the audience because you do hear her, and when you're on stage, you know, like, okay, at least someone is enjoying it. So that's true.
But
yeah.
I feel like I'm one of those too, though.
Yeah.
I have a pretty loud laugh.
Yeah.
But you give those laughs that the person on stage wants to hear. You're very giving in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just you are as well.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, I'm opposite. I'm like, hey, wait, you're gonna have to earn this laugh.
Yeah. I think part of it is cultural too. Like, I mean,
What is your culture?
I'm American.
Whoa.
And I think when Americans go to a comedy show, they come with this idea of like, oh, this is going to be funny. I'm like here, like whereas with Dutch people, they go in with this perspective of like, this is supposed to be funny.
Yes.
Entertain me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think it gets some sophisticated audiences in the US, but depends.
Of course.
And
But,
angry ones and drunk ones and
But yeah, there are a couple of times when I do it at the movies too. And
don't go in there. Is that you?
No. I just laugh when they tell a joke, and Dutch audiences never laugh at the movies. So there'll always be a thing. Then they'll turn around and look at me because I laughed at a joke, and then they'll start laughing at me,
you?
but never at the movie for a joke. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's interesting.
Do
sort of-
you get shushed or something? Not that
No,
far. It's
no,
not
no.
that far. Okay.
I mean, and I don't care. I don't think anybody's made a movie and put a joke in there and been like, I hope everybody's silent when they're watching it. I don't think they care so much, either. It's too much. Like, it's not immediate feedback in a movie. I don't know if you knew this, but directors aren't watching you watch the movie.
Although a lot of people clap at the end if they really like it.
Yeah. Which is weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I've noticed that too.
Yeah, there's nobody. Yeah. Maybe they leave like a microphone and they record the feedback and send it. Or it's like the airplane
Have
landing.
you ever clapped at the end of a movie?
No. Maybe out of social pressure. I was scared.
I don't think I have.
I think I
either.
have.
I mean,
Out of
I-
social pressure. Out of social pressure.
I definitely didn't start it. Okay.
No.
But yeah. You ever clap when a plane lands?
I've done that.
Why did you do that?
out of
social pressure.
Yeah, me too.
Were you on a TAP Air Portugal flight by any chance?
Why were you on?
I figure the whole Euro South claps when a plane lands. I've studied a good amount, and it feels like there are just cultures where people are. The word either religious or superstitious comes up. I'm not sure which one, and people are much more inclined. Usually, if you're of an older age, also you still treasure the arriving on land, and you still secretly or not secretly panic when you get into the plane and it leaves the ground. And then meanwhile, you have the younger generation that's just like, let's get out of here, which is also a little sad at some level, but the whole clapping thing does imply this, like, we are in this impossible technology,
Yeah, or like that the pilot, like, by not killing all of us,
Did us
did
a
like a
favor.
great job.
Good job.
Like, congratulations.
He didn't
She,
But actually, I think we should do it also on buses and trams. That would be amazing every time before you get out.
But I mean, because that's
little
less.
microphone
I'm going to
guy,
start
like,
this.
please leave the tram. You would get yelled at. That's what people do in this country. They yell at you when you come here, by the way. Amsterdam promotional thing.
Yeah, come on October 21st.
If Ariel's going to work it out so the doorman will yell at you for something, but it'll be a pleasant cultural experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
In this country, the yelling.
This thing.
Yeah. You're not supposed to be doing that. I'm not supposed to be bringing this up. You're not supposed to
Apparently, you
walk
know,
there.
you know about the
I
finger.
don't know about the finger.
She's putting us on.
Yeah,
She knows
this
about
country's
the finger.
obsessed with telling you what you weren't supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm half Dutch.
Yeah, so half of you doesn't notice.
I will say the other day I did notice myself doing this.
Oh.
And I was like,
Who were you talking to? Tourist. No.
no.
Child.
Children. There are some children that play outside my building.
That's intimidating.
Yeah. I mean, they're not teenage. I'm terrified of teenagers.
I'm scared of small children.
Okay, so
Stranger danger.
yeah. But yeah, it's a long story. But right now there's scaffolding on our building, and they're like,
Climbing it?
yeah.
Oh, sure,
So
yeah, that
usually
can
the
happen.
argument we have is that they shouldn't kick a ball at the windows of my building. And now the argument is don't climb on the scaffolding. But yeah, I was like, dit is gevaarlijk.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
You're fitting
cute.
right in.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But then I was like, but don't do it. Like, get down.
Yeah. I was discussing how if you get into a tense moment, now you've been here half your life?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
it's literally a me thing. But if I've been here 16 years, and there are some times where you get into a confrontation. Guy might be on a scooter, and you may shove each other a little bit while riding. It's kind of a daring thing. And then there may be a point where they yell something at you, or it's usually a he, and then you yell something back. But the thing is, what you yell back is very important on my side, because that guy, he's got all the insults, all the good ones. I don't have that many. So I'm I'm in the moment, I'm angry, but I also know, be careful, because you're going to say something that doesn't make any sense and you're going to get laughed at. And right now, we need a good, or at least decent insult.
Yeah.
We don't have to do well. We just can't look ridiculous. So I really, and usually what comes out is like the most basic, like, go away. That's my big
In
one.
Dutch?
Yes.
Say it.
Yeah. No. I remember. I mean, this was years ago. I've gotten better, but I remember I got into this argument, and then the scooter people. There's two, and they got off of their scooter, and they were going to confront me, and I almost fell off the bike. So I was standing there about to be confronted, and I put my hand. Thankfully, we still have hand gestures, and I was like, "Ga weg, ga naar de straat, go to the street." And I knew if I choose or try to use, I mean, this is already weird. I know this, the way I'm doing this. Right? It's not very aggressive. It's kind of lame. But still, I was certain I'm just going to choose 2 or 3 words. That way they won't, there's not as much to convict me with in terms of ha, that's not an insult, or ha, that's shit. But
I feel like that could also be a useful trick in terms of diffusing the situation. Like if it's escalating and then you say something really stupid, they'll just laugh at you.
Right, that's what I didn't want. So I
Right.
didn't get the laugh thing because they were confused why I would only say one thing over and over like some kind of psychopath. And I was like, sweet. And I just sort of looked at the ground and just kept going kind of like this, yeah. And they said all kinds of lines, but they did walk away. It was sweet. I'm not saying that my strategy is any good.
Well, it worked.
Yeah.
I avoid confrontation at all costs.
Half Dutch.
So.
But wait, I think Dutch people confront things.
No, you don't think so?
They think they confront things.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that a little
They
bit
confront that which is low risk to confront.
more. Okay.
So your shirt, your any they definitely make you feel awkward, right? So they're sort of like, oh yeah, and they get told, the Dutch are so blunt, and Dutch will go, we're so blunt.
Yeah.
But when you really need to know something,
Oh yeah.
you may not get told. Because there is this higher fear of confrontation, preference to not talk about it. You see it with neighbors until the moment, when it's finger wagging time. But before that, it's all, I'm not.
But
I
mean, with the finger thing, I'm a terrible bike rider. I got a ticket on my bike.
Wobbly?
You got a ticket on your bike?
Yeah, I told the story on.
Oh, it's when you were walking through Rembrandtplein, biking through Rembrandtplein. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I.
Oh. What are you, new?
Yeah.
I never
in a
biked to
hurry?
the center of this.
Oh, it was an unknown area. Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't know that it was.
Well, Rembrandtplein is, I wouldn't recognize it if I went there.
No.
I avoid it the plague.
I generally go out in east or west. I don't usually go out in the center.
Center.
All right.
But anyway, but you can watch the previous podcast I did with him about that. But so I get a lot of finger wagging with my bike riding.
Yeah.
And I always think I don't know you. What what do you do you think I'm gonna go home and be like, some 47-year-old didn't like the way
I would.
You think about it, right?
I would, yeah.
Okay.
And then I replay what I would have said.
Yeah. I usually would blame myself, be like, no, he was right.
No, usually they are.
But do they literally go like this? Because I have not seen this.
What? Yeah. I mean, also,
Yeah, a little bit.
I have dogs.
You do?
Well, my parents have dogs in Vossner, and they I don't know if you know this, but sometimes dogs bark. And when we first moved to like a new house, our dogs would bark and neighbors would come by and be like, your dogs bark. And we'd be like, yeah. We know. And they'd be like, well, and they would just be like, they'd be like, and they do this to my dogs a lot, which like, that's really not going to work.
What's a dog going to do with that?
Might scare them.
Hold this old lady's
It's
finger.
a signal. They'll sit up.
But yeah, no, maybe I think it's also again cultural in terms of like with that. I remember one time somebody called the police on our dogs that were barking.
Wow.
Yeah. And the police didn't have the exact address, and my mom heard them talking to the neighbors, being like, we're looking for an American dog.
So, which responds to, spot.
Yeah,
or-
I think it's like, I think that there was some sort of like, oh, they're Americans.
Are
They're
the
like,
dogs American?
One's a Portuguese
No.
water dog.
No. So at the time, one was American, but the loud one,
Was a Wiener Schnitzel.
well, they're both border collies. But
Border. Cross-cultural.
yeah, exactly.
Hot topic.
Hot topic. But what? Yeah, the dog that was loud was actually we rescued her from a Dutch home, which
So
is
she's Dutch.
yeah. So she's Dutch. And it's unusual. Like all of our dogs are rescue dogs, and it's sometimes quite difficult to find rescue dogs in the Netherlands because people usually take pretty good care of their dogs. But she was not taken care of, and yeah. But she was an American dog, guilty by association.
Cops are on the lookout. All right, so a second round of Longjing tea going around here. Yeah. Part of my show is sponsored by Tea Adventure. No, really, there's a company called Tea Adventure. They don't know that I drink their tea on my show. They know I drink their tea. That's all they know.
Is it available in the Netherlands?
Yeah, and you can just order it from teaadventure.nl.
Great.
It comes from China. It's all from China. They have a very personal relationship with all their tea growers, and they are not interested in being advertised on a podcast, I'm pretty sure. But
I mean, so it's
They just don't know it yet.
This is a better than an advertisement. This is an endorsement.
it's true.
Yeah,
It's also sponsored by the banana bread I made last night.
Which is really good.
excellent. You should really eat his baked goods.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Literally. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this is really our dynamic.
Yeah. I catch myself a few times where I'm like, that would. And I was like, oh no, Arielle's not going to like that. Joanna's not laughing. Don't say that stuff. Stupid.
I think would be okay. I have a show called Vulva Cupcake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-deprecation. Fan or not a fan?
Fan.
Oh, sweet. Cool.
Gosh.
Well, yeah, because
Are you a fan of self-deprecation?
Yeah, I guess I am. I don't know.
Do you like it when other people do it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I think my favorite stand-up comedians are the comedians that are self-deprecating.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I do enjoy it.
But it is like, would you agree? It's kind of there can be too much of it, and then suddenly you're not a fan, right? Like it's a funny balance the way it works.
Right. I mean, like if it's self-deprecating humor, I'm definitely a fan of. Sometimes women will talk very badly about themselves in a way that's not funny, and that's frustrating for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's different. But I think also with stand-up, it can be interesting because some of the things that I think are the funniest from like a public speaking perspective, they're not really things you're supposed to do. So like, for example, apologizing for something you just said, like, and sometimes people will like afterwards be like, you didn't come off very, very confident.
Oh, right. You have to be confident in
I'm
this
like,
life.
but I actually was like, I've pretended not to be confident. Night after night.
Yeah, that's a tricky, for me, that's a tricky one because I feel if I watch a comedian on stage who is coming across as not confident a lot, I do kind of go, ooh. Then I start worrying about him, about the comedian.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. No?
Yeah, well, it's
But
not.
I don't think
it's not
that's
nice to
what they-
watch.
I don't think that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
like I don't know if there's a stand-up comedian who's like, you know what I want to do? I really want to make the audience
Worry about me.
scared for me.
Yeah.
They really like me. At least they're worried about me. That's a step into liking.
I mean, in improv, like I think any emotion is sort of like
Hate. Dislike. Let's put it that way.
dislike of the character, sure. You
Yeah.
know, like any emotional response I think is important. Whereas in stand-up, the primary thing I want you to do is laugh. And another thing I've noticed, now I'm doing it. You just stop.
You.
People have started, sometimes there'll be a person who might have a bigger laugh. And then they'll laugh and then they'll be like, oh no. It's like, no, I wanted you to do that. Like that was the reason.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, but
So this could all happen at Boom Chicago.
yeah.
So yeah, I did put you put it's in the, you can find the link.
You did it.
Right. I put a link. It's in the comments, but there'll be other places. Basically, you can find it with this post. And yeah, because a lot of people out there are in the Amsterdam area or in the Netherlands or maybe passing through Belgium. And then they're like, hey, let's go swing.
Yeah.
Have a Saturday night in Amsterdam.
Boom. Exactly. Exactly. So that'll be nice. And how was the whole Fringe Festival thing? I've heard about it, but I never.
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting. A lot of people here don't really have a context for what it is.
But is it the same thing as everyone always talks about Edinburgh and a theater festival? Or
okay, so yes, that is so.
I messed it up with my
No, there are. It was the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. So there are multiple festivals that happen all at the same time in Edinburgh. The Fringe is the biggest part of it, but the Fringe originally started because they had the Edinburgh International Theatre Festival was happening, and local acts, local performers wanted to perform, and the people were like, "We're an international theater festival," and so people on the fringe of that festival just started doing acts in
hence
bars.
the name.
Yeah, so it's on the fringe, and then it is now so much bigger than the Edinburgh International Theater Festival.
The part without the fringe.
Yeah, the fringe is the main part. Like there are over 3,000 shows that happen. The city doubles in size, and it's 3.5 weeks long. It's long, and yeah, so there's a lot of audience, and it was a really great environment. You also get to see a lot of shows.
And you yourself perform several times.
Yeah,
Or at
I
least you did.
performed 22 times, I think. Yeah, I mean every day. Like I took a day off this year because last year I took one day off to go to a wedding, which is not.
Relaxing.
I mean, like that's not really a day. I mean, it is not working, but it's not really like the next day I wasn't like, oh, I'm so well rested.
Yeah, no.
So I took a day off this year, and but yeah, a lot of performances, an hour long, and it's also, you know, it's great because there's a lot of shows, but then there's also a lot of competition. So there's a lot of, you walk through the city and everybody's handing you flyers.
Yeah.
Being like, come to my show. And then, so I was one of those people as well, because I wanted you to come to my show. And
Full-time job.
full-time job. Yeah.
Yeah.
A good one. Yeah.
I guess that makes it harder, the competing at the same time as you're performing. There's
Yeah.
whole
So, yeah, I mean, but I think in the end, there's so many people there just to see shows that it evens out. My location was slightly less central. So what it ended up meaning this year is I had less people walk in and more people show up specifically to see my show.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean, which meant that like everybody was there to see me and they weren't. Like there's sometimes last year, because I did another show called Arielle Dundas, Moppet of Chaos. And
Moppet,
yeah.
not Muppet.
Not Muppet.
Got it. Got
it. And there were sometimes mismatches between the audience and myself in terms of style of comedy.
Did you get heckled?
Yeah. I had, well...
I'm fascinated by heckling. And I'm more fascinated about how to handle heckling.
Yeah. So, so there was... It's interesting. I didn't mention Hillary Clinton at all in my
Shocking.
I mean, I know. I'm not that it was a requirement, but
What month was this?
This was August 2016.
Okay. So just, yeah. Oh, 2016.
This was your first one.
This is my first one.
This was
I mentioned Hillary Clinton in Vulva Cupcake, but I didn't in She's Relevant. But
debatable.
only Bill knows. I love her. Please don't anybody write in that. It's okay.
No, but it's her relevance that anyway, never mind.
We're like, okay. But anyway,
We're fine.
I brought up Donald Trump a couple of times. And these old British men, I could just see in their faces, they were like, but Hillary Clinton is the devil. And like a couple of them just sort of like left, even though I didn't mention anything about her. It was just like the fact that I was talking about something tangential, and I was an American woman, I think, and they were like, oh, she's gonna defend.
You're automatically a proxy for Hillary Clinton in the eyes of everyone.
Yeah. And so, but it's interesting because this year I did some stuff about Hillary Clinton and kind of defended her, and I was really prepared for people to like have a very adverse reaction to that because I hadn't mentioned her before. Right. But I think after like 8 months of the Trump administration, everybody's like, yeah, she would have been better. That's part of it. But yeah, so anyway, it's not most...
We might hear Hillary's name.
Yeah, she comes up, but it's not primarily about her. It's primarily about me.
Yeah.
And...
all about you.
All about me.
Go on.
Yeah. And our generation. I'm a voice of a generation.
You're representative.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the French, it's really a slog.
A slog?
Yeah.
I think that's like a Scottish thing. I don't...
a marathon then. Just like, it's like every day you just keep walking, you know, begging strangers to come to your show and, you know, decimating a small forest.
Flyers.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's
lay out the joke.
It's interesting here because there's not really like a context for it. So a lot of times they'll be like, oh, like the Amsterdam Fringe. Mm-hmm. And yeah, but I mean, like they are an affiliated festival, but like it would be kind of like being like, you know, they have like Burning Man and like
Africa Burn. Oh no, my bad.
Maybe
that's a good one.
Maybe that's.
But they have like other attempts at Burning Man.
I think they have one in Nijmegen.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I think it would be kind of like if you went to Burning Man and you were like, I went to Burning Man, and people were like, oh, you mean like the one in Nijmegen? You know,
that'd be called Nyburn. Come on. No, I got nothing. It's really not a handy name.
And I'm not even sure that's where it is, but I think that's sort of, so it's kind of, it's a big deal doing the Fringe.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's fun and you should go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and there's still time to prepare for that.
Yeah, that's in August.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I still have not been to that part of the world.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Scotland?
I've never been to Scotland, and I'm a huge fan of Outlander. So
wait,
let's talk about that.
What's that?
Is it still Droughtlander?
What?
Wait, is it still Droughtlander?
Droughtlander.
Because like there was like a year and okay, so one of my mother's smaller obsessions was with Outlander.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, let's.
I said the secret word. There's a brewery, but that's not it.
There's a brewery
in
called
Amsterdam.
Outlander. Really?
Yeah.
No, that's not
we
it.
should go.
Hi, Outlanders brewers. They're like some of my closest friends.
No, it's a book.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Which then was turned into a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Who did that? Was that a British or an American?
I think it's an
Outlander.
American
Tell
woman who wrote a book.
Her name is
Okay.
The author's name is Diana Gabaldon.
Okay. I have everything I need now.
But it's about an and you probably know more about this, but it's about an American woman.
No.
A British woman.
British woman.
Just after World War II.
Yes.
Is touring Scotland with her husband.
Yes.
And then somehow she gets...
Not somehow. She ends up going to like those stones that are placed,
Is that Stonehenge? No.
Not
That's
another
Stonehenge,
one.
but
It's
there are
another
other
henge.
ones.
a megalith.
Yeah, right. So there's a bunch of those, and she ends up traveling through time when she touches the stone.
Oh, of course, because there's always these theories about that.
Into the past. But I'm trying to think of like when
17th century Scotland, maybe
something like that. Yeah,
All right.
And there's a very very hot man there.
very hot man.
Give me a hot man, quick.
And so she falls in love with him and also marries him in the past, but she's also married to this husband of hers in the present. Whoa. Ooh! Yeah.
But there was I think it was like a year and a half between seasons, and that was called Droughtlander.
Oh. See, I didn't know this because I only started watching the TV show recently because it's on Netflix. But I've been reading the book.
Oh, my mother will be happy to know that it's on Netflix.
Yeah, but it's only seasons 1 and 2.
Oh, she's already seen those.
Will your mom see this? Is she a Facebook mom?
Hi, Mom.
That's a whole thing, right? Facebook moms.
No.
No need to say hi, but just in case. It's good to-
I think I did
Arielle's
say
mom.
hi, Mom, before. But yeah, she's a fan of the show.
That's a good show.
All right. Wow. Well, yeah. So let's see. Relevance is once again October 21st. Boom, Chicago and Amsterdam, and then the people should get their tickets, right?
Yes.
That's the way. And there's
How
a
much
link.
are tickets?
They're €10 if you buy them online.
Yeah.
And €15 at the door.
Ooh.
And if you go to the website, it'll actually say it's something like €8.71. That's because I am nice and I'm eating the
Banana bread.
yes, that too. But the ticket transaction cost, so you'll only pay €10 in the end instead of like $11.25. So
See that?
Yeah.
Wow. And I gotta say,
I don't know how
of
interesting that was.
a
but
lot
I'm
of
being nice.
performers will not talk about the cost of tickets because they want to kind of they don't want to talk about it. But you see, you confront the issue head on.
Yeah.
Full credit.
Thank you.
You're not afraid of controversy.
I'm not afraid of controversy. Give me your money.
You're gonna take a stand now. You're gonna say Ticketmaster sucks. Are you gonna do that? Slow down.
I have very few opinions about Ticketmaster, but I'll say it sucks.
I think it's a controversy. I don't know. Because there's like competing systems and
Oh yeah.
or there should be.
Yeah. And there's a lot. I think with bigger concerts, people sell out. Will buy like Ticketmaster. I think this is the controversy. They buy out all of the tickets of a concert immediately after it comes up, and then they jack up the prices.
Which is a risk here that you want to get your ticket now before the
Ticketmaster
scalpers.
does it.
Yeah. Amsterdam is famous for that,
It's true.
as well as stroopwafels.
Yeah.
Strobe waffles,
Scalpers.
scalpers,
All the S's.
Stumpled.
Stompot.
Voila.
Have you ever had stompot?
Not really.
Oh, I'm gonna have some tonight.
I might have had a vegetarian version because
are you
there is
vegetarian?
meat
there's
involved.
there.
Right?
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
you
I think
don't
I've
have
had
to.
like mashed potatoes and collard greens and some kind of mix, but I don't think it was
Yeah.
really stumpot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned for our next episode where we'll be cooking Dutch cuisine with Chef Joana. I was going to invent some other name of a chef, but I decided to make use of Joanna's presence. So let's see. Relevant links that I can actually say would be, well, first of all, we haven't talked too much about the Pondercast, which Joanna is busy with, and you can find
Excellent.
it's on the SoundCloud or in the iTunes.
Yes, it is.
You know the word to ponder. Well, now you just have to type it and find it, or you can just say it into Siri. I think Siri could kind of help you out.
Ooh, I've never tried. I'm gonna try that later.
Yeah, I was
Siri
worried you were going to
knows
say,
your
"Let's
name."
try it now."
no,
That's
try
when
it
things
later.
always go wrong.
No,
Yeah.
no. And make sure it's the Pondercast because there are other podcasts
So
called
weird.
Pondercast,
Hers is the good
That's
one.
so yeah.
One
Yeah.
of them is
and one is very is a religious podcast.
Amen to that, sister. Huh? And then also, I mean, Arielle, is there a spoken link that I can send people to? I have the beach ball of death right now. So, oh, there we go.
I tagged it in the beginning.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Okay. There's also, I have a Facebook page that's also called Arielle Dundas.
It's called, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you.
It's
just
me.
You.
Yeah. I have a Facebook page. I have a Facebook profile. I'm super exciting.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming over and sharing some tea and some personal stories. Right? We did that.
Yes,
didn't we?
We did that. Yeah. You did. You had a girlfriend in college.
Yes. Yeah. It got real personal here.
Oh. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just got a little depressed. No.
Now it just got real.
No.
No, I feel like we should transition to your podcast. You should pretend to be on.
I'm allowed on? What?
No.
Oh. No, don't stay true to your...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's my vision.
Yeah. Until you really want to get ratings and then completely abandon all your principles.
No, I have thought about like doing a bonus episodes with men.
Well, that I'll be listening regardless. Let's see. So if you want to leave the comments, you know that the whole Facebook thing is always available to you, even if you didn't watch it live.
Bend the space-time continuum, people.
Yes.
Our own time-traveling Arielle will be there to answer your concerns, especially when it comes to the controversy with tickets. Very controversial. She's not afraid.
Get them now.
Before
the scalpers get them. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it. I'm going to play a little theme song, which they're not going to hear, so they're going to be like, what are we dancing to? But you'll know. You'll be dancing where you are. There we go. Sorry. It's more of a mambo. Can you?
No. Little bit.
It's so loud.
You've been listening to a live edition of Realities Podcast. Like the show or leave a comment on Facebook, Realities Podcast, or follow us on Twitter @RealitiesCast. Subscribe to Realities Podcast in your favorite podcast app and get new shows automatically.
Asti zute shango etzaita jolako sei alde ziletzean minutu bateako da besteik gabe besteik gabe zure onduan, besteik gabe zure onduan. La 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 la, la 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 la. Nana tirako balizu, ari ikustezinak, etorriko bazinak, etorriko bazinak. Besteik gabe besteik gabe